Limpopo MEC of the Department of Co-operative Governance and Human Settlement and Traditional Affairs. Welcome to you, MEC, and welcome to AM News.
Morning, sir, and morning to the listeners.
Now, MEC, the Limpopo has been declared as the worst performing province with only 6% of its municipalities obtaining unqualified audits. What is your take on this?
We were listening to the report as the AG presented in the national report, and we are aware that the provincial AG will be presenting an official report to us on Monday. But we are really concerned about the outcomes because the indication is very clear that we are the worst performing province as Limpopo. But I think I need to remind listeners and everybody that you know the challenges of Limpopo. Limpopo, since 2011, from the provincial government, we've been having challenges. And the national government has intervened at a provincial level. But unfortunately, at municipal level, there was never any type of intervention. And with now the provincial government stabilized, I think we do have the energy now to go to the municipality and really get the status of affairs in the municipality. And as a province, we'll be appointing a team of technical experts who will be doing the profiling and assessment of these municipalities to know the actual status of each municipality, what are the challenges, where are the weaknesses. As a province, what capacity do we need to be able to intervene and respond, to give a rapid response to these municipalities?
Now, I know, MEC, that you said you're still studying the report, but from your perspective, what is it that the Auditor-General says the municipalities are doing wrong? Just in brief.
The municipalities are doing several things not right. One, they don't appoint staff, which is senior management staff, your MM, your CFOs, which has critical positions in the municipalities. Secondly, we have established the public accounts committees, which are not doing their work. Please hold on for me.
You can continue, MEC.
Okay. I was saying, firstly, is the appointment of senior management staff. Mm-hmm. Secondly, is the oversight role by public accounts committees. Thirdly, it's about the lack of taking action on officials or anybody who's doing things right. The leadership has not been firm. If there's officials who are doing things not right, the leadership of municipality has not been taking any action. And there's been an element of corruption, and that perception in the province has been there. That is why you can even see that the president has given a report that we must intervene in Vembe and Tubats.
Now,
so you can't rule out certain actions that are taking place in municipalities. And just the issue of financial management is an issue.
But are we saying then, MEC, that the municipalities are incapacitated in dealing with the supply chain and the procurement challenges here?
Repeat that question, I can't hear you properly.
Are we saying then, MEC, that the municipalities are incapacitated in dealing with the supply chain as well as the procurement challenges in the municipalities?
Yes, the problem starts with them appointing CFOs and right CFOs and appointing the staff members with capacity within the CFO's office. Because remember, it's not only the matter of the CFO, it's the CFO's office capacity by appointing the people and having the right people. So those are some of the challenges that we'll be looking at as a matter of agents to ensure that they follow the regulations as outlined by national department.
Now, there are some allegations that the rot is out of control in some of the municipalities in the province. What is your department doing to curb it, MEC?
Our department, like I've said, that we will be profiling those municipalities, but already we have got the unit that deals with risk and corruption unit, where as and when these elements are being raised, we're able to go there and make investigations, and where possible, we want the municipalities to make sure that they take action. For example, we are intervening in Bapalaboro. There were some allegations that there was some process of procurement that has not happened properly with the appointment of the service provider dealing with the valuation role. We are intervening in that municipality in that regard.
In solving the situation there, the department have to look at a number of issues, and you mentioned corruption. How rife is corruption in the municipalities?
I can't say the corruption is high, but remember, once there are perceptions, we must get worried. And I think our process of profiling will help us give us the actual status of these municipalities. And I can't say that now, because I think we'll be completing this process in the next 3 months. We'll be able to say in the short term, what will be the necessary intervention mechanisms required in the medium term and in the long term. Obviously, in the medium term, filling of vacancies is one of the critical matters. But again, we need to be able to say, if there are elements of corruption, let's deal with those elements of corruption and make sure that we are able to deal with people who are responsible for that.
Another issue, MEC, was that more than 980 million rand meant for infrastructural development in the municipalities was not spent. What do you think is the problem there?
The issue of underspending in municipalities is the issue of poor planning. We've been trying to work with municipalities to say, how do we have a planning right? And we're assisting them now to be able to say, by now we must be understanding what are the key projects that we need to implement in the next financial year. And obviously the intervention we are bringing, one of the issues is for us to be able to say, how do we improve on forward planning? Because forward planning is one of the critical elements. But I think I need to inform the listeners and everybody that already on the issue of filling of vacancies, since last year, MEC Khechepe, since he has arrived, is one of the things that he has been looking at, and we're making sure that in all municipalities they fast-track the process of filling of vacancies, because we can't do forward planning unless we've got the relevant staff. The key positions of managers and directors, it's very critical for us that we fill those vacancies so that even when we deal with the issues of forward planning, we've got the responsible officials who will be dealing with that.
Now, MEC, we've asked a lot of hard questions and a lot of doom and gloom, but tell us what is something good that came out of the report? Anything that stood out for you?
I think what is coming out good in the report is, it's very clear that, remember, we had a number of municipalities that had disclaimers. We are reducing in that disclaimers. I'm aware that we might not have a clean audit, and I'm aware that in terms of unqualified report as well, we've regressed. But as well, it's important to say, once we reduce in terms of your adverse, and you reduce as well as the issue of your disclaimers, then we are going to qualify. And remember, another major qualification, which you can't blame it to municipalities, is the issue of the wage curve and the issue of the roads classifications. And we are happy that on the roads classifications, the MEC for Roads and Transport, which is the new Department for Public Ways, Roads and Infrastructure, have already came up with the regulations to deal with that, which by the next financial year, obviously the municipalities will not be affected by the road classification matter, because one of the major qualification was the roads issue. And the other thing is the issue of public accounts committees. We are happy they're all established. The only thing is, how do we strengthen better so that as public accounts committee can deal with the issue of monitoring and oversight role. That is where we need to strengthen.
MEC, we wish you the best of luck, and we're going to check back with you in 3 months' time. Can we make that date right now to make sure that we do get a feedback in terms of your progress?
Thank you very much. We really appreciate and congratulate our municipalities that are trying very hard. We'll be with them to make sure that we really improve the work and ensure that service delivery goes to our own people, because that is what is critical. And we want to wish all women of the country and the province best and luck in the Women's Month. You haven't acknowledged my request, MEC. 3 months. Can we come back to you? Check on progress. Please, we'll come back to you in 3 months and give you update how far we are moving. MEC, thank you so much for your time. That was Makoma Makhurupetje, the Limpopo MEC of the Department of Co-operative Governance, Human Settlements and Traditional Affairs. Moving on to other news now.
The North